Plaintiff Michael Singletary says the defendant is his identical twin, and growing up, they often played tricks on people. Michael is suing his brother today for identity theft because he got a traffic violation in Michael's name. And Michael can prove he wasn't driving the vehicle because he was at work when the ticket was issued. Defendant Mitchell Singletary says Michael is an addict who's been known to clock into work and then leave for a period of time. Mitchell denies ever using Michael's identity and therefore refuses to pay him for anything.
All right, tell me what happened.
Let me first give you some background, Judge. I have a twin brother and a younger brother. When we grew up, our mother used to dress us all alike. When I graduated out of junior high school, I went to high school in New York City. He went to high school in Brooklyn. When I graduated out of high school, I went to State University upstate. He went to City University. If there were parties on campus, I invited him up. I always told everybody I had two brothers. I never told anybody I had a twin brother. So when he came up, everybody was shocked that I had a twin brother because I'd have him come in the room, sit down, my friends would sit around him, and then I would walk in and they'd be surprised. Mm-hmm. Or he came up to a party, he would be in one room with some of my friends, right? I'm on the other side of the room. And as other people circle the party, they say, "Oh, you changed your clothes." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't like what I had on."
Was he ever able to move in on any of your lady friends there on campus? Nah. Pretending to be you?
Nah, it wasn't nothing like that.
All right.
All just in fun.
Uh-huh.
I mean, when I pledged the fraternity, I had a sweetheart, Deb. I had him come up to campus when we had a party. So he went up to Deb. I said, "Go up to Deb, give her a hug, give her a kiss on the cheek." So, and I'm hiding out in the shadows. So after he give her a hug and a kiss on the cheek, then I run over and I'm like, "Who's that you're holding?" So she screams, "Ah!" I was like, "You don't even know who you hugging up."
All right.
Like my friends now, when we would be he would take the train, and I have a lot of friends from church and, from work. And my friends would see him on the train and they would, say hello and have a conversation with him. But they'd say, "Dad, you seem a little standoffish, not yourself." And just before they get off the train,
he said, "I'm not."
He'd say, "Oh, by the way, I'm Mitch." And I'm not my twin brother, Mike.
You all have any falling outs on a regular basis?
Not really too much.
Okay.
Because we really don't have a close relationship.
Why not?
I guess that comes from wanting to have your own identity, not wanting to be, because there was always a situation, even like when we grew up, when it was our birthday, and they would give us a birthday party. And my younger brother, since he was there, my aunt would give all three of us a gift. Oh, I don't want him to be left out.
Okay.
But then when it's his birthday, only he get a gift and we don't get jack.
Right.
So, I'm always associated with him. I want my own identity.
That's the deal with identical twins.
So, I guess from that growing up.
When age did you stop wearing the same thing?
What age? When I could get my own clothes. That's not even true.
Well, he still doesn't have a suit. Can we find a suit that looks like a suit and a tie? Let me hear some background from you before we get to the identity theft he's accusing you.
All right. That's true. Me and my brother grew up. We had a little sibling rivalry from now and then. And those stories are true. As far as anything else, my brother has me here, but now I feel like a lot of the time I have to have an alibi for what he's doing as opposed to what I'm doing.
Why? You've had incidents in the past where you were accused of something that he actually did?
Well, my brother has taken the car and then he has gotten a ticket.
Uh-huh.
And then the ticket has come to the house.
Uh-huh. When?
It happened, maybe it was in January.
He received a ticket.
Right.
And he said it was you.
He said it was
me. Who
me.
did he tell that to?
He told that to my mother.
All right. Sir, did that happen? Before we get to the identity theft you're accusing him of, did you receive a ticket?
Yes, I received the ticket.
All right. And did you tell your mother or anyone else that he had gotten it?
No, I didn't say he had gotten the ticket. I said I was not aware who had gotten the ticket because it was a red light camera ticket, which you don't know which driver. I had borrowed the car.
All right.
So I assumed when it came in the mail that it could have been, I had borrowed the car because it's his and my mother's car.
Okay.
But I did not recall driving the car that day.
Okay.
So I just said it wasn't
How did you
me.
remember?
I remember because he pointed out the fact that, I had given you the car, and I remember, okay, yeah, I did have the car then.
Okay.
And then I paid the ticket.
Good enough. Now, why are you suing him today for identity theft?
Okay, I'm suing him today because I use my license. I have a commercial driver's license. And with a commercial driver's license, you only have 8 points because you're considered a professional driver. I've used my license since 2000 as far as work is concerned. Now, I was working for a paratransit company. Working with them, you have to inform them every time you have receive a ticket and receive a conviction, because that affects your driving ability. So on June 3rd.
Of what year?
Of 2009. The job came to me and said, you received a conviction. I was like, a conviction for what? They said, you were convicted on a traffic violation. I said, I'm not aware of any traffic violation. They provided me with proof and a printout because they have their own system. So what I did was went to motor vehicles the next day, June 4th, disputed with them the ticket. One of the ladies did me a favor and printed me a copy of the ticket, and it had the license plate number, and it had my name and my previous address, which was on my original driver's license before I got my commercial driver's license. Okay, once I received the copy of the ticket, it states the date as May 11th. At 1840, the ticket was written out, and the location. So I went back to my job, printed up my job record for May 11th week. May 11th is a Monday. Monday, I work on standby, where they call in my pickups and drop-offs.
What did you first suspect?
At first, I figured DMV made a mistake.
Okay.
But now that my name is on the ticket, the officer obviously had to have a driver's license. So somebody had to have my driver's license.
Right. So what happened?
So what I did was I went to the job, they printed out my time record. I'm at work from 12 to 8 p.m., which is 1200 to...
Is that what your record says today?
Yes, it does.
All right, let's see it. Sir, let me hear from you. What made you believe he did it? Just based on these facts?
No, based on the fact of me looking at the ticket, and then the ticket happens to be in the car that he and my mother own.
Go ahead, sir. What do you want to tell me about this ticket, what you know of it?
Right, well, if I can give you some background. Number one, my brother had a substance abuse problem. All right, now on numerous occasions, he's clocked into
What
work.
type of substance abuse?
Cocaine.
He's an addict?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now he has clocked into work.
They don't check him at work?
I don't believe they checked him at this job, but...
Don't they check you? I'm sure.
Yes, they do. We have
Go
a
ahead.
random drug
Move on,
testing.
sir. What else? He's a dope fiend, and what else you want to tell me?
Okay.
What else?
He has on his job, clocked in, left his job, right? I've received phone calls.
How do you know?
Because his wife used to call me and say, do I know where my brother is?
How would she know he's not at work?
Because she works for the same company.
Okay, same
and-
hours?
Exactly.
Is that
and they
true?
would call
No,
her.
it's not.
You have evidence? He said, no, it's not.
Yes, I have evidence.
You
I
have
a
evidence
statement
that his
even-
wife worked there the same hours?
This is not.
Sir,
No.
that's what you say is the reason you know that he checks in and checks out. What you're trying to tell me is that he has presented me with a document that is fraudulent because he defrauds his employer on a regular basis. And so I'm asking you, do you have any proof of that? Do you have a letter from his wife?
No, I
Since
don't
you
have a
all
letter.
used to talk about it, since she would call you and tell you, why didn't you call her and say, where's the letter? I need a letter to prove this lie. I mean, to prove this truth I'm telling. What else do you have?
I also have my witness can verify the fact that he's aware on
No,
occasion.
you seem to have some papers.
Yes, I
Tell
have
me
a
what
statement.
paperwork it is you have.
I only have the times when I was at work. I get off
All
of
right,
work
let me
at
see
4.
You have the times when you were at work. So he'll be able to show me, sir, that he was at work, obviously, at the same time that it happened. And it happened at 6:40 p.m. on May 11th. 5:11, I do see it. And 5:11, you were there. And the time you checked out was what? You read it for me. You read the time that I have underlined, the day in question. What time?
I clocked out of work.
What time did you check out?
2:10.
You checked out at 2:10.
I know.
Any other letters or any other evidence other than
Yes.
what you gave me to bust yourself?
Yes, Your Honor. Also, for my job, I had to write exactly who I picked up and the times. And I'm driving a big paratransit
Let's see
truck.
it.
And also, I have a letter from my mother stating that
Stating
when
what?
she left, to go down south, he had access to the car and to the keys.
I left my keys with my son, Mitchell Singletary. Judgment for the plaintiff. His mother writes a letter saying she left the keys with you. You provided me with a document regarding your check-in and check-out time. The only reason you wanted to provide me, or it was relevant, was to indicate where you were at the time the ticket was issued. You were off work. He was at work. Not only does he provide it on his timesheet, he also has evidence of folks who signed saying that he was at work, people that he transports on his job. So everybody's lying. Your mama's lying, his bosses, he's lying, the boss is lying, and the people he's transporting are lying, if you want me to believe that. I believe all of them were telling the truth because I believe you did it. $5,000 for the plaintiff. Good luck.
Thank you. If he still wants to have a relationship, we got a relationship. That's up to him.
I still got love for him.
Hi, Judge Mathis. My name is Nika, and I have a question for you. If I loan my car to a friend and while in their possession, the car was vandalized by a third party, who do I sue, my friend or the other party?
Well, Nika, you may have a claim against both. The party who vandalized your car is of course liable for their intentional act that caused your loss, and you should go after them to recover your damages. As far as your friend goes, well, he or she can be liable if they caused or substantially contributed to the vandalism as well.